Hey folks, give me 1 second. Just getting in. Just want to get a few things situated here. All right, it is now 11:05 March. What is that? 2nd. And as we can see here, 11:05 USD Japanese yen. We got a sell signal here. This has been a very, very busy day for me, so I'm going to try and get a few trades for you guys. And this is a 5-minute chart, so we should get hopefully a few signals over the next 5 minutes here. And hopefully they will be pretty quick signals. I have to leave at 11:30, and like I said, it's 11:05 right now, and there's our first profit. All right, so that is wonderful. And as we can see here, that was USD Japanese yen. Let's take a look at USD CAD. All right, so they're asking for a sell, but you can see we have an arrow pointing up, so we're not going to look at taking that trade. And there was also a sell at 11 o'clock on USD Japanese yen. All right, so that was right here. And it looks like there were actually several trades on D Japanese yen. Just going back over the signals here. All right, but let me see. All right, so it's 11:07, so we have about 23 minutes before I have to leave. So hopefully we'll get a few more signals that we can take here. Another thing I wanted to mention, I did switch over my account to a LQDFX gold account, which does not have a commission. Some of these others, somebody actually brought it to my attention in a previous video, and I went ahead and made that change. So you can open up a demo account with the gold account, or you can choose ECN. I chose the ECN, not paying attention. So this is now a gold account. So basically when we get into trades here, the commission will say 0 going forward. All right, so with that being said, I will pause it and I'll come back after we get a good setup. And you can see here on this one up here, obviously the market is within the grid. We have the arrow pointing down up here, and then likewise the future prediction is pointing down as well. So for USD Japanese yen, that was kind of a no-brainer to take that trade, and it was a nice little winning trade there. Like I said, we're going for 4 or 5 pips typically, and on that one, I don't even think I had time to input my stop and take profit. It kind of just went right down for us. All right, I'll pause it and I'll be back once we get another entry. Hey folks, we just got another potential trade set up here. And I'm going to go ahead, enter a stop and profit target. And as we can see here, we got USD Swiss franc. You can see that right here, sell order. Now this one might be a little controversial. You can see it's going down a little bit here, but it's kind of going sideways. So you'll have to decide for yourself if this is a trade that you would personally want to take. For me, I can see that it is going sideways and then up a little bit, but after that, it does go down. So we'll see what happens. And as always, I will have a second opportunity. For right now, I just want to get a few trades in so that I can put this out for you guys. Let's go. If we get to about this area right here, we'll go ahead and pop in another one. Beautiful. And we'll go ahead and give it a little room to run. We'll place a stop right here. So yeah, this might not have been the best trade to take. Like I said, there is a little bit of a push up before it goes down. So that's something you guys can, like I said, decide on your own as far as what trades you want to take. But it probably would be safer to just focus on those that kind of push down immediately. But for this test, we'll be trying a few different things here. And like I said, I will be inputting a stop loss, hopefully on all of my trades. And that's something you can choose to do or not choose to do as you see fit. but it is something I will be doing. I'm trying not to pause the video too often. In the past, that has caused issues with the recording, so you guys just have to be a little patient with me here as we go through and watch this trade. All right, so right there is about 3 or 4 pips there. I could technically go ahead and close out this trade because we do have combined, over the $5 or $6 in profit, but I'm going to hold out to see if we can get $4 or $5 on that first trade. And like I said, if you're not recording a video and you're happy with the overall profit being, $4 or $5, you can go ahead and close it out. But for the sake of the video and the recording, I'm going to try and get each individual trade as close to, 5 or 6 pips as possible. And it's interesting because the future prediction said that the market would go up and then go sideways and then go up before coming down. So we're going to see, we're kind of seeing exactly what it said was going to happen. It is 11:15 right now about. And I was hoping to get at least 3 trades in. Let's take a look at USD Japanese yen while that's doing what it's doing. Just going over some of the other pairs. So USD CAD, we could potentially take a buy if we get a signal there, but you'll also take a note that is pushing down pretty heavily there. So maybe taking a buy right now, even though the arrow's there. Give me one moment. All right, so we got USD CAD. We got a sell. Let's take a look at that. All right, definitely not taking a sell right now. It's going against the arrow. We got USD Swiss franc. That is a sell. We're already in that trade. And those are our 2 signals right here for 11:15. So we're just going to be patient and continue to watch this trade here. All right, yeah, it's definitely 11:15 here. All right, I tell you guys what, let me go ahead and pause this video. Actually, one thing I could do is go over some of the questions I've gotten. Let's see what's about to happen here. All right, so it's still kind of moving sideways a bit. All right, so let's take a quick peek over here. This is the comments from the last video. We'll still be taking a look at the price action here. All right, we might be getting a spike down. If we do, I'll start focusing again over here. All right, hey Larry, the picture on the MT4 is very blurry, can't see the numbers. Most likely that was because it was still being rendered, but that should be fixed now. So you can definitely go in and switch it to 1080p. All right, let's see. Nice product from Dennis. Keep up the great work, sir. Thank you very much for watching as always. All right, let's keep on going up. Liking this so far. Keep up the great work as always. And thank you for continuing to watch and support the channel, Juan. Much appreciated. Tell you what, guys, we're at $10 right now. Let's go ahead and take that. All right, give me 1 second. All right, want to pull this back up. And as we can see here, hi bro, does white indicator arrow repaint? This is what Dennis said about this in the tutorial video. The white arrow repaints, it needs to, it's very important, but in the end, it doesn't matter because we're only scalping. It will recalculate the next higher high or lower low, but then it will begin a different signal. You only trade once the peak has been established. If at a later time a new peak is established, then of course you will get a new white arrow, and that will be a new trade setup. You can check out the tutorial video. So I got that information right there. So that trade still is looking pretty good. We'll watch it and see if it would have continued to push down to this sort of level here. All right, have you got a MyFX book for this? No, I don't have one set up yet for the manual system. My trading will be sporadic at best. Yeah, like today, for example, I'm going to try and get a few trades in, and there are going to be days where I'm not going to be able to get any trades in. So I typically do the MyFX book when I have an EA that's going to catch every potential trade. But when I'm trading just sporadically, I don't oftentimes set that up for that. All right, my issue with Agimat has always been the repainting. Just explained that. The EA will repaint. Like we can see, you don't have a good example over here. But we have this right here. If it went up a little bit and then came back down. All right, let's see what this says. USD CAD sell. Let's check on that. All right, so this is still looking for a buy trade. And then we have USD Swiss franc sell. Let's check on that. Okay. Let's let it come up a little bit. And as we can see, things are looking, or the market, this future prediction is definitely pointing down heavily. So we're definitely going to take that. And next, all right, so only those two again. Let's go ahead and put this in. Got a nice little high right there. We'll pull this down, put that in. And as always, if we get up to this level right here, we'll go ahead and enter a second trade. And those are our two setups for the day. And I know it is good to have a MyFX book account, but I also make it a point to show this sort of information right here. So it's not set up in a way where I'm not showing the past trades. You guys can definitely see all the trades that have been taken. And anytime I do trade with this system, I will be recording. So you guys will be able to see any losses that I take. So again, if we get up to this level, we're definitely going to be entering another trade there. All right, so let's see here. All right, I thought you're supposed to use a commission-free broker. And as I mentioned earlier, this is why I switched the account to a LQDFX Gold account. So that's already been done. All right, since you brought this to my attention, I've sent an email to LQDF support. So yeah, they got that switched over last night for me. I still think the USD Japanese yen trade shouldn't have been taken since the prediction bars were 50-50 up and down. Like I said, you can kind of decide for yourself. There are going to be situations where, you know, it might go up a little bit before it goes down. And so you're going to have to use your own discretion to decide what you want to take. When we have something like an EA, that's why I really like trading with EAs. You know, you don't have to do anything as far as discretion unless there are a lot of variables that you can change. And some EAs do have that where you can change a lot of the settings, but I prefer where there are not a lot of settings to change. But like with this, in this situation, obviously most people would see this and say, yeah, we can take this trade. Whereas, let me find an example on one people might not be too excited about trading. Okay, this right here overall looks like a down trade, but we can see here it's going sideways. before we get to that down. So it's sideways and then up a little bit. So in this instance right here, this is just straight down. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to decide for yourself which trades you want to take and which you don't. And we're waiting. It's about 11:23. So I do have to look at getting ready to leave here. And like I said before, it's one of the hardships for me with taking or testing out manual systems is being able to find time to really focus on it. Like today, I'm only going to have about 30 to 45 minutes to put into this before I have to leave, unfortunately. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have a little bit more time to put out another video for you guys. All right, has the EA testing, or has the EA... All right, hey Larry, hope you're well. Has the EA begun yet? No, has not begun yet. Did you see what happens on the next candle of USD CAD? From what I recall, USD CAD was short. And then, yeah, I do recall. It did switch to long, I believe. The future prediction did switch to long. But obviously that was set to a new signal, which is basically what the vendor was saying before. This right here will repaint. For example, in that USD CAD trade, if I recall correctly, it was a short signal. And again, I'm just trying to go from memory here. And at the time, we did take our profit on that trade, I believe. And then a few trades or a few bars after that, it switched and the future predictor said, like what we just saw right here. Basically now it's saying it's going sideways, whereas before it was heavily down. All right, let's keep on going. All right, looks like that is all there. All right, did you see what happened on the next candle of USD CAD? It looks like he set the same thing twice here. Yeah, definitely did see that. We went from heavily down to from the predictor to kind of being up from what I recall. All right. And yeah, this is it does retrace. Like I said, I've said that a few times now. These right here, if we get a new signal up here somewhere, if we get a new higher high here, it'll probably switch over to being a new arrow there. But like the vendor said, it's going to be a new signal for that. And again, as we get close to this bar, if we do get up here, we'll go ahead and pop in another short trade. Let's go ahead and pop in another one. If we get right around there, I can see getting a push past it. So I'm waiting a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe we won't get a push past it. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, we're at 18 minutes here. Waiting on the market to kind of decide to go one direction or the other. Yeah, once we start seeing sporadic jumps like that, it makes me think we might get a quick spike. And if it spikes up, that'll just be our first loss. As we can see here, in a few bars, it is predicting a spike up, but it's also saying that we might get pushed down there. What time is it? All right, it is almost 11:30. So hopefully this will go ahead and make a push in one direction or the other here. All right, I'll tell you guys what, let me go ahead and pause it. And I'll come back in a few minutes and we'll see if we've been taken out of this trade or if it reversed. Be right back. All right, folks, just stepping back in. We just got our first loss there. And our second trade here is still on. All right, let's take a quick peek and see what this one's looking like. All right, so at the 11:30 mark, we got one on USD Japanese yen. This is going to do what it's going to do, so let's go ahead and take a peek over here. All right, and this is telling us USD Japanese yen 11:30. Overall, you know, it is saying it's going to be going up a little bit, but also down. So like I said, you can choose whether or not you think it's going to do one or the other. USD Swiss franc, sell here. It's telling us that we have a potential short there. All right. So if we'd entered this right away, we'd already be in a little bit of profit. Yeah, I'm not going to add that to the mix. We would have made a profit right there if we would have entered right away. And that's why I said one person would look at this and say, okay, there's going to be a push up first before the push down. So no. Another person would have said, okay, there's room for a little push down. All right, and it looks like our second trade, we can see here sideways and then downward action there. So this kind of just gives you an idea of how this, you know, can change over time. But all I'm really focused on is what it looked like when I took the trade. All right, let me pause it and I will come back. It's real bouncy right now, so I'm really feeling like we're going to get a strong push in one direction or the other. I'll be right back. Hey folks, it is now 1:15 in the afternoon. Just getting back to the house. Had to step out, like I said earlier. And as we can see here, I did mark things up. We can see that this is around where we were when we left. This is where the stop was. This is the take profit area, and you can see the market did go up, take us out there. And we can scroll down and we can see $19 loss on the first half, $19 loss, a $16 loss on the second half there. And let me pull this up. All right, so not too long ago, we got another signal on GBP USD. We'll just take a quick peek at that. And that was a sell signal, so wouldn't be taking that anyway. All right, so that is going to be it for today here. We can see we got started around right there. And so that means today was definitely a losing day. Losses are a part of trading. Overall, we are still up. And like I said before, on some of these trades, you're going to have to kind of use your own discretion whether or not you want to take them. Let's take a look at this here. Like this is for the most part sideways, but it does show a slight tilt downwards here. And then later on, a slight tilt upwards. So it's going to be, like I said, up to your own discretion with quite a few of these trades. And here we can see that the price is currently outside of the grid, so we wouldn't be looking at taking anything there. And this is pretty much sideways action, but there is a slight tilt on USD Japanese yen to the downside. So I wouldn't have a problem taking a short there. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, you can ask them in the comment section and I'll try to get those answered. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow, Friday. I'll be able to tomorrow is non-farm payroll day, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, I'll see you guys in the next update. Take care.